5 unbelievable facts about Cowboy Bob. Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Court Climate. 5. Back home. Talus got out of prison in the mid-1990s. She went back to a quiet life, refusing to give interviews to media outlets and focusing on caring for her mother. She took a job at a marina, where her reputation seemed to be completely unknown. Locals who frequented the marina loved her. Talus always handed out a little extra when she got people their bait fish. She also got along especially well with customers' children and kept their attention while their parents shopped. She was popular with single men who shopped there but always turned them down when they invited her out for a cocktail. With an apologetic shrug, she would explain that she had to go home and care for her mother. Susie Leslie, the manager at the time of Talus's employment, had nothing but good things to say about her. 4. Final frontier. For a few years, Talus was perfectly happy to work at the marina and go right home to tend to her mother after. But in 2002, she would hit another turning point. Her mother, who she had diligently cared for most of her adult life, passed away in her sleep. Talus told friends that she was happy that her mother was no longer in pain, but could not talk about her without tearing up. By 2004, friends and family had noticed a restlessness beginning to creep up in Talus once more. In that same year, she bought a Frontier RV off a man at the marina for $5,900 and the promise of the $500 more at a later date. She told Leslie that it was time for her to hit the road. It was finally time to chase her dream of retiring on a beach in Mexico. Before she left, she told Leslie to come join her before life ran out on them both. 3. One last job. No one can be entirely certain of how many more bank robberies the now 60-year-old Peggy Jo Talus would commit from that 2004 summer to May 2005, but her RV was spotted in the area of a robbery at Guarantee Bank in Tyler, Texas. The man Tellers described had a glued-on mustache and a belly that looked padded. He also had a feminine, soft voice when he spoke. If this was indeed Talus, she was getting careless. She would get even more careless on May 5th, 2005. She left Cowboy Bob behind, committing the robbery as herself for the first and last time. She hit the same Guarantee Bank that she may have robbed the previous year, this time wearing her usual clothes, a wide-brimmed sun hat, and massive sunglasses that covered nearly half her face. The note she handed to the teller asked for all the money and ordered her not to set off any alarms. Oddly, it didn't order her not to add marked bills or die packs. Talus also let the teller load the money herself. 2. Say it ain't so. Peggy Jo Talus called out to the police surrounding her RV, telling them that they would just have to kill her. One officer cautioned her that she didn't have to do this, and they didn't want her to do this. She retorted, "You mean to tell me if I come out of here with a gun and point it at y'all, you're not going to shoot me?" 9. Although officers begged her not to, that's exactly what Talus did. She stepped foot outside of the RV with her gun raised and immediately took 4 bullets. She fell straight forward. Journalist Skip Hollandsworth, the authority on Talus's story, described her death with such skill that it cannot be outdone. He wrote, "Once she hit the ground, however, she somehow found the strength to pull off her sunglasses. For a moment, she lifted her head. That May morning, the light was like honey." 1. The legend. Since Talus never spoke to anyone about her bank robbing days before her abrupt death, no one can really say what drove her to keep robbing banks. Her surviving family remains perplexed. Her brother lamented after her death that he would have gladly given her money. Her niece commented that Talus was the last person you would ever suspect of robbing a bank. All that she would say for herself was that the first theft was meant to pay her mother's medical bills. Close friends like Cherry Young think that she was beginning to feel stuck in her life and needed to do something wild to break free. Friends and psychologists alike agree that she probably continued because she loved the thrill of getting away with a crime. She never seemed desperate for money and never physically hurt anyone. Still, Talus's favorite film might have played into her standoff with police. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen, because I'm sure you'll love them.